If you're not caught up on Season 3 of Dreamworks She-Ra, for the honor of Grayskull, skedaddle! For those of you who have seen it, I'm trying to figure out Shadow Weaver's motive in today's video. But before we get started, I would love to know who's your favorite villain at this point. You have McGann, the Fangirl. Make sure you subscribe and check back every week for new fandom videos. People have been flooding in asking me, are you going to cover Season 3 of She-Ra? Did you know Season 3 came out? What are your thoughts about this? And I have so many thoughts because there was so much going on in Season 3. I wish the season had been a little longer so that we could have gotten more answers. But hey, we've already gotten 3 seasons before the series is even 1 physical year old, so I'm not going to complain too much. The first thing that jumped out at me though about the new season is Shadow Weaver becoming a turncoat. If you don't watch She-Ra but you just like to hear me talk, aw, thank you. The summary of the series is that the Horde is attacking all the different kingdoms of Etheria. Adora was this girl who was trained to be an elite Horde soldier, but she found this massive sword in the woods, transformed into She-Ra, and now she's part of the Princess Alliance. Her teacher in the Horde was Shadow Weaver, who's this really high-level sorceress, but she fell out of favor with the Horde, ended up in prison, escaped, and Season 3 starts with a very sick-looking Shadow Weaver showing up in Adora's bedroom. Basically all caught up now. Now we already know that Shadow Weaver broke out of her prison cell in the Fright Zone, which is where the Horde is set up, but we don't know where she went. Maybe she went straight to Bright Moon where Adora was, but there's an entire episode where Shadow Weaver is completely MIA and anything could have happened. And Shadow Weaver shows up to Bright Moon looking very sickly when she didn't appear that way in the Fright Zone, so what happened? Well, I gotta say, I think this is all a play for the runestones. Shadow Weaver repeatedly reminds us that she's the only non-princess to be able to tap into the powers of a runestone.
I alone have learned how to draw power from it, a feat no sorceress has done before. I have unlocked its potential!
And the jewel that used to be in her mask seems to be what kept her tied to the black garnet. Once Catra slashed that jewel, Shadow Weaver couldn't access the garnet any longer. She still had her own magic and was capable of doing spells, but it just wasn't as strong or raw of a power. And it's not hard to imagine that that type of power would become very addictive. That was all in Season 1, now skip ahead to Season 2, where right before Shadow Weaver breaks out of her cell, she flashes back to Adora as a baby where she's going, "We're going to do great things together." And then present day Shadow Weaver says, "It's time," and draws herself a spell to get loose. Next, she appears in Season 3 with this black aura around her looking very ill. But don't forget that Shadow Weaver is incredibly manipulative. And she actually never says anything about her condition, she just lets everybody make assumptions around her. She knew Adora wouldn't watch her die, and that gave Shadow Weaver an in to offer up something of use, to train She-Ra how to use her powers. If you paid close attention, Shadow Weaver starts telling Adora how She-Ra is linked to the gem and the sword, and so that's where She-Ra's powers come from.
You are a princess, so you have a rune stone. Yours dwells there within your sword. With it, you channeled the elemental magic of Etheria.
But how did Shadow Weaver already know this? She wasn't like, oh, I recognize that type of stone. She just had that knowledge queued up and ready to hand out. Even though, as far as I can recall, Shadow Weaver has never been in the same room as that sword until that very moment. She always stayed hidden away in the Fright Zone, sending Catra out to do the dirty work. She shouldn't know anything about a sword that's been missing for 1,000 years. Meaning, Shadow Weaver has been studying Adora so that she'll know exactly how to manipulate her. And the best lies are the ones that make you look bad. So Shadow Weaver basically shows up saying, "I've been cast aside and I'm embarrassed and I'm a woman scorned and I look physically ill, so I'm letting you save my life," making you believe that I owe you one and will thereby be loyal to the Princess Alliance. But if Shadow Weaver's not sincere, then what is she trying to accomplish? Well, I'm glad I brought that up. Shadow Weaver wants the power of the runestones as much as Mother Gothel wanted Rapunzel's hair. She's had a taste of it and she doesn't want to let that go no matter what the cost. And actually, by being in Bright Moon, Shadow Weaver can be near 2 runestones at once. If you watch, Shadow Weaver doesn't have the jewel that lets her control the Black Garnet anymore, but she did seem to get a big, powerful payoff when She-Ra healed her. And I would place money that the runestone in the sword is a lot more powerful than the Black Garnet. So think about it. Then what happened? Nothing. Shadow Weaver didn't try to escape. She didn't try to hurt anyone. And that made everyone trust her a little bit more because now everyone thinks, oh, she owes us one. We saved her life. And that works so well that next Glimmer is allowing Shadow Weaver to help her enhance her own teleportation powers. But while in the Fright Zone, Shadow Weaver goes from helping Glimmer to sucking power out of Glimmer like a magical battery. Guys, the princesses are the new conduit for Shadow Weaver. You don't need a jewel connected to a crystal if you can reach over and drain magic from the person directly connected to the crystal. And that's not a good thing, because not only does that drain the power out of the princess Shadow Weaver touches, but it seems to be giving her even more hair floaty powers. It's not impossible to think that with a little more time and practice, Shadow Weaver could replace Glimmer as the person connected to the Moonstone. Or she could always find that missing fire runestone that none of us know the fate of. I think that Shadow Weaver only came to Adora pretending to be sick so that she could link herself to another stone. But now she's in the position where she can get 2 stones, so double the power. And then if she can get the Black Garnet back, now there's 3 stones she's connected to. Nobody's gonna be able to stop her. Now, with all that power, Shadow Weaver might go on to destroy Hordak, but she could also just be regrouping her powers so that she can be worthwhile and he'll want her to join him again. Or she could even kill him and take his place as the leader of the Horde. The runestones are so powerful that if Shadow Weaver does tap into multiple stones at once, there will be absolutely no stopping her, and I believe that's exactly what she's trying to do. It might not be reality, but theories are more fun. Isn't that right, Corgi friends? We're on the edge of greatness, turning darkness to light. We're right beside you, ready to fight. We're gonna win in the end. We must be strong, we must be brave. I don't know the words to get through, haven't never let it go. We must be strong. See, I would love to show off She-Ra merchandise here, but the only She-Ra things I own are 2 1980s action figures, which are all torn to heck and back with awful hair. Lots of pieces missing there. And a She-Ra sleeping bag somewhere at my mom's house. I keep hearing that there's new She-Ra merchandise coming, but I haven't found any yet. Hurry it up, guys! I need something! This space for fandoms! Although I gotta say the corgis are cute. No! Don't jump! Little baby corgi. I've got 9 little corgis, 3 of each color, red, tricolor, and fawn. And then I've got Ein from Cowboy Bebop, who is the whole reason I bought a corgi in the first place ever, way, way, way back when, isn't it, baby? Isn't it you're such a good boy? No, really, I've had 4 corgis since Cowboy Bebop came onto American television sets, and it is solely because of this sweet little guy right here. Good little data dog, aren't you? Yeah, I'm weird, but I don't even care anymore. It's so funny because I can see so much of my personality, like how I am in real life, in different stages of my videos. Like the first ones were just very, I don't know, I'm gonna talk really slow, I'm gonna not really think about things, and then people made fun of me, so it was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna change things now. And then I was like, business, 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 numbers, 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 all facts as fast as I can say them, no breaths, nothing, blah, 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 blah. And now it's like, after 3.5-ish years, it's like, okay, I'm just gonna relax now, and I'm gonna be me, and if you don't like me, well then, why are you here? So it's like, I feel like I finally hit the relaxed part of my vlogging experience, where it's like, yeah, I'm just gonna do me. I feel like I've spent some time trying to build up a community and be very specific, and now it's like, just hang out with me or don't, your choice, whatever. I'm never gonna get to 1 million subscribers. Oh, but that's okay, we're having fun anyways, I hope. Oh my gosh, you guys, I just went to go get myself a slush puppy around the corner. Like, I'm doing good filming today. I'm gonna get a treat. And I go to pick it up from my cup holder and the lid just like springs off. Oh, now you're gonna be the most secure lid. Yeah, it just like sprung off like that and shot a like an inch of slush puppy everywhere. And I'm in the car just like covered in red stick. Can you see that down my hand all streaky and gross? Because it's totally stained right now. Because I'm in my car like the fat girl I am, just like scooping it off my leg. No, can't let it go to waste. This better be worth it. We've got a new slush puppy machine at our gas station, and it's always either broken or they've put in way too much of the syrup. So it's like nasty. You can't even drink it. It's so bad. All right, that's not so bad. That's pretty good mix. When I was a kid, we had one of the slush puppy machines where you did your own flavor pumps, and it was like, if you have the large size, do 4 pumps. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna do like 10 pumps. You're not telling me how to live my life. And oh my gosh, it was so sugary sweet, like my eyeballs wanted to turn inside out. On to better derps, guys. See you next time, my dear family members. Now, with all that power, Shadow Weaver might go on to destroy Hordak. Now, with all that power, Shadow Weaver might go on to destroy Hordak. Well, that's all I have for now, but this video's not quite over yet. I get a lot of comments that say, do a theory on this topic, but I've already done those theories. So please consider going to my main channel page and clicking on the video tab so that way you can see everything I've done. You will probably find a lot of things you like that you never even knew that I posted. I want to let you know that I also have 2 other channels, Say Halo Goodbye Gaming and the Family Vlogs. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed enough to hit subscribe and share. I can use all the help I can get to let other people know that this channel exists. And if you made it this far, leave me a comment that says something like, hey, I made it to the end, and then let me know what kind of videos you want to see in the future. I can't make any promises, but the more people that request something, the more I can look into it. Okay, well, I love you. I'll see you in the next video.